Welcome to Hoikiang Nature Park. On the 17th of February 2026, I got what might be the first ever footage through the camera of the rarely seen large-spotted civet in the wild here at Muddy Pool. And tonight I will try to get some more. Here I am in the hide. I always leave plastic bottles in the photo sleeves so that the wildlife gets accustomed to having shiny objects sticking out from the hide. I use two lights on extendable stands, one on each side of the subject and only a little bit in front so I don't get unattractive eye shine. And one light a bit closer to the subject than the other. This gives the image a little bit of depth. These are Godox lights, which are very good, but inexplicably, although the packaging says that they come with a remote controller, it is not included here in Thailand. Fortunately for me, the shop owner found one for me and let me buy it. I now have 3 of these lights and they can all be triggered at the same time or separately using preset channels, with me holding the remote control inside the hide, and that is really essential. And there is Muddy Pool with the lights in place. This is the gear I use. I try to be very disciplined and only carry a minimum amount of equipment to the hide. A really sturdy tripod, the Sony A1, a 70 to 200mm zoom lens, and a bag with flashlights, drinks and snacks. I always make sure I have the camera at a comfortable working height and properly horizontal, and the lens set to its widest zoom of 70mm to give the best chance of having the subject in the frame in the dark before I turn the lights on. Unfortunately, this Sony lens has an awful tripod leg, which is completely unsuitable for professional work. So I have to attach the camera body directly to my tripod plate. I also make sure that before dark I have everything in familiar places, especially the headlight and the remote control, which I put on a soft mat to reduce the risk of noise when I pick it up. Today I have set up very early so you can see what's going on in the hide. I will go and do some other work, then come back here for the evening session at about 6 p.m.
Well, it's 10:15. No civets, though there are only the rats in the ceiling for company. I'm going to see it through for maybe another 45 minutes until 11 p.m. I've been very tired. We did a lot today making that water pool up by the hill above the rubber plantation. But so maybe see it through to 11. Perhaps we'll be lucky in the next 45 minutes.
And I was indeed lucky. Just 3 minutes before 11, a civet came. I waited a few moments and then hit the lights. Absolutely breathtaking. Always, for the first few seconds, I'm desperately hoping that the civet will stay. Twice I have waited for hours, only for the subject to bolt immediately I turned the lights on. But this is our Kit answer, and she seems to be fairly accustomed to the lights now. What a gorgeous sight. She is sniffing around, perhaps for frogs in the leaf litter. And she's also clearly very thirsty. I have set the lights high up on their stands so that they are not shining directly into her eyes. And they also create this lovely reflection of her in the pool. I film in 8K, but export in 4K, which means I can enlarge the image by up to 200% in editing without any loss of quality, which is better than zooming with the lens in the field. This is the 4th time I have managed to film Answer, and my friend Kunchat also got some film of her a few days before this. As you saw then, she grabbed some of the bananas that we put at the pool for the birds to eat. It was a real revelation when we saw that these civets love to eat bananas, but it means we can easily attract them to the pool now. Well, believe me, by this stage I am bursting with excitement. This is the best film I have managed so far. But I know she will go at some point. And having snatched a few more bananas, she is off. But what a sensational experience.